probably going now. Let us see. Anyone there? Anyone out there? Can anyone hear us? See us? Can you smell us? Can you? Can we breathe the same air? What's going on out there? Anyone out there? Can you message me?
Yeah, look, watch live now, PsionicLeague.
Oh, but you gotta go live.
Yeah, because I was okay. So now?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay.
I'm not seeing it on Facebook yet.
But hold on, I need to tag you.
Okay. Oh, it is on Facebook. Anybody out there? Hello. Can you hear me? Can you smell it? Okay, I can hear it. Okay, get now to see if it's on YouTube. Hello, anyone there? Testing. Okay, I think there is something on YouTube. Yes. Okay, I'm live. Let's see how the camera works. Okay, I think there is
okay.
on YouTube. Yes. Okay, I hear it. See the response. It's delayed. Okay, it's not delayed. Wonderful, it's working. Okay. Time to get it into gear. Okay, everybody, welcome to the show. Lovely to have you all here. Oh, I'm missing my chat. That's unfortunate. Well, I will see if I can do something about that later. Let me set it up.
Yeah, I'm already live.
Okay, go ahead, and I'll fix this up.
Hi everyone. Well, it's me and Sean. Here we are doing this live transmission to talk to you about a couple of things. One of them is about this meditation that we will be guiding on the 27th of May. And also we will be talking to you about what do we do, how is that we share the techniques that have brought us to this path of remembrance, of embodying our highest, our most evolutive version, at least on the path to achieve that. And because I'm quite sure that most of you can feel related to that. What have you done, or what have you discovered about yourself throughout this path? And yeah, so welcome. Sean is just testing some things in his YouTube channel and in his stream. And actually this is our 4th podcast. So welcome again, and we're very excited to share more with you. And that's why, before sharing more with you, we would love to talk to you more about what we have been up to, what we have been doing, so that you can get to know more about us. And as we are bringing to the table many activities, upcoming activities, so that you know what we are talking about. So, hi everyone.
Okay, welcome. Yes, so yeah, just set the comments so I can see everyone. If you have any questions, go ahead and feel free to put them in, and we'll read them. It's right there. Okay. Why did it just refresh? That is weird. Well then. Okay, well, I will check the comments in the other parts. Okay, so we got one. Hello, Yssah. How are you? Good to see you. We got Matthew. Thank you for coming. Thank you. Cheers. Good to see you guys. Why is it not showing your comments? That sucks. But hey, let's see. Hi. Yes, enable it. Enable it all. Okay, whatever.
Well, yes.
Yeah, keep going.
So, well, as I was saying, we will be talking about a few topics that bring us together with you today. And thank you for watching this transmission. Yeah. There you go.
Oh, this is falling. That's why. Okay. Okay, we got a viewer in there. Chat, that doesn't work.
Yeah, it is. I'm sorry. Yeah, okay. That was a little bit distracting. Okay. Well, yeah, so as people starts to join this live transmission, is there something that you want to share with the audience before we start?
There's all kinds of things I can share. What do you mean?
Yeah, like
we're excited to have you here, and we're excited to do more streams. And it's frozen. Yeah, we're just working out the technical details. We're getting our live stream set up so more can come in. And yeah, we're gonna have fun with it. Hey, Leno, good to see you. Nice.
yes.
See their comments. So I'm just gonna put that over there, and then.
Yeah, some technical things manifesting. Well,
Go ahead.
yeah. Feel free to ask any question, as we are going to be talking about what we do. So if you already have a slight idea of what we do, or do you have already a clear question that you would like for us to answer, feel free to ask it, and we will be more than happy to answer it. And we know that sometimes within this collective of conscious awakening, there are a lot of methods, there are a lot of things going on, more and more, a lot of information about the how to achieve illumination, how to achieve ascension, how to be a higher version of yourself. And sometimes you can get lost in between all those methods, because we somehow tend to create so many possibilities that sometimes it can be overwhelming. So that's why we have created, based on that and many other things, methods that Sean has shared for a while now, likewise like me. And in order to make this simpler, to make all those complex topics that exist due to we are multidimensional beings, and multidimensionality can be quite complex. Yet it is one of the biggest blessings that we have, and when we know how to use that, we can create whatever. Well, of course it involves a lot of things, but we can create more and more and more and more. So that's why we are here today with you. We were in the last live, we were talking about this beautiful trip that we had the honor to host in Egypt, and with the wonderful people that came with us. And that throughout that journey we were sharing the information, our method, how we perceive reality, so that the people who came with us and that feel related to those ways somehow or to some extent could actually apply them to themselves, to their daily life. So speaking of which, for those who don't know yet, well, whether if you're watching my channel or Sean's channel, my name is Yssah Arzate, and in between this role play of the artificial matrix, where we play roles of what we do, how we do it, whether if you're a doctor, whether if you are a healer, whether if you are a guru or a president or whatever. If I shall introduce myself with one of those names, I would say that it's kind of funny, but then I will get to explain what is this. I'm an ontogenetist.
What's that?
Great question, thank you. Well, ontogenetist, onto comes from the origin, gen from our genetics. And I kind of relate that, well actually it's ontogenisis, how I call it. Ontogenisis, which is the origin of the gen related to the primordial seed as galactic beings or as a cosmic race that we are. So bottom line, what connects us to our galactic lineage and what makes us a cosmic race, and what we need to do in order to activate that within us. And that has led me to connect with techniques like quantum techniques, plasma tech, sacred geometry, codes, frequencies, like frequencies from the voice, in order to achieve those activations within the DNA in a simple form, even though it can be complex information, I must say.
Wonderful. Chat's working now. Okay, glad I got it done. Okay, so hey everybody, good see you here. Thanks for coming. We can address our audience real quick. Who you got in your audience? Thanks for coming, Lisa. Hello, Alana. Can see you. How's everything going? Feel free to put questions in the chat and we'll read them as we go, as we do interviews with each other. Hey, Matthew, Mike. Facebook might not update right away, so if you want to make a comment, feel free to go to the YouTube. I can see them live. At least, maybe we can test the Facebook out. Go ahead and say hello.
Yeah. Well, Patricia, hi. Thanks for joining. Cesar, Enrique, Monica, Alfonso. Hi, everyone. Thank you for watching this transmission. So, yeah, I was kind of introducing myself and the technique or the techniques that I use to achieve the activation, which I mostly call restoration of our original state as a cosmic race. And this has been a very fun path, actually, a very interesting path, a lovely one. And yeah, even though sometimes talking about sacred geometry and genetics can seem something very scientific, well, maybe not about the sacred geometry, but if we start involving numbers, then you could feel like you are getting lost. But it's actually very simple when we know that when we acknowledge that all that information is within us.
Okay, so I'm going to interview you, right?
Yeah,
but
sure.
feel free, if you see a question, feel free to bring it up. Yes, I love the spiritual sciences, psionic sciences. Thanks, Alana, for studying. I know it's not enough. We got to tune into more and bring it out. Make a YouTube channel. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so feel free to ask your questions. Anything you got? Comments? And then I'll go.
Yeah, well, about Patricia, Egypt has a lot of activation potential. Can you feel it? There is a place near me in Melbourne, Australia. Melbourne, Australia, nice. Well, yeah, in every part of the planet we have all these anomaly areas. We have all these areas that, like, wherever you see a pyramid or you feel there is an undiscovered pyramid or a temple, it is for sure a very, like, a ley line or a point within the whole earth that is connected and entangled to the network that these ancient civilizations created or knit or weaved together. Because when you unite all those frequencies through the artifacts that they used, through the elements that their structures with the elements with which they built their structures, then you can see that they were just following the path of all these specific points in Earth in order to amplify that energy, and that's what it's called, like the grid or the Christic grid or the network. So yeah, and Australia is a very, very powerful place. Very powerful place. If we open up that topic, well, we could just mention the natives and all the in relation to the genetics, that actually they have a different DNA as other races. So it's quite active. That's why there are so a little bit of oppression there, because there is a lot of power.
Yeah, and going to the topic, love that topic. How many people ask me about Australia? A lot of secrets there, a lot of crazy stuff underground. Oh man. So I don't even know if I should talk about this. Yeah, why not? Okay, a little bit. There's like people have mentioned this kind of thing. There's like an order to things if you want to turn on that grid of Earth and like activate her more and helping her come out of her wounding from Fall of Atlantis and being in a coma, and like get her back up to full gear, and then her being able to take her stolen authority back from those that stole it, and then activate more of the microcells of the collective consciousness of the species on the planet, and like activate big chakras and things that people have in their mind. There is an order system to it, so some of the places need to be activated first. In Australia, there's a big one that needs to be activated first before the rest of the system is activated. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. But not quite in Melbourne. Melbourne, if I were to talk, like I could go and tune into it. The thing that wants to be named, at least, Port Phillip. There's like a consciousness with places of power. So the collective consciousness of that area is very powerful. It's got like interesting consciousness in it. It even has like some tunnel systems that go to a bigger like underground type of cavernous ocean, and there seems to be a very powerful consciousness deep under there too. The consciousness of the, whatever you want to call it, the port, the bay, the lake, whatever it goes, and it's kind of in a coma, so it needs to be healed and brought back into health and awakened. Wholeness, fortress, healing, safety, awakened. Yep. And then it grants DNA magic. So genetically empowered stream current forces of magic empowerment. To what? I don't know how to say, but you're going to get a lot of magic if you help heal it. So that's what I'll say about that.
Well, based on what Sean says, and which is kind of related to what he does, and that I will be asking to him in a little bit, when he talks about the earth as an extension, like also about a biological form, having a biological form, it's because it has a consciousness, and as a network, everything goes as fractals, as fractals. So we are cells and we are like the rebirth, for instance, can be the bloodstream of the body of the earth, and that interface that is bumping all the life at every molecular structure at every molecule of water molecule, and so forth. You know, the neurons, and so yeah, it's beautiful to see, to consider the earth as consciousness that mirrors our biology, and that we interconnect, that we actually interconnect. And when we do that, a lot of magic happens, because then we can get to talk to the rebirth. We can just not feel the impact of the energy of a place. We can get to be that energy and amplify it. What Sean was saying about connecting with the money magic, you know, like use it that as an extension of yourself, and becoming one.
And also use this mic too.
Okay.
So money magic.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So there are many ways we can look at every scale how the earth is mirroring at us, because they were also asking about the auroras.
So hey guys, how's the volume now? Is it good? Strong? Can you hear both of us? Let us know in the comments. Go ahead.
Yeah, so like for instance the auroras, there are many ways to read them, and actually it was I named them the Angel's Dance, and which as the more we decode what we experience as reality, you know, that we stop considering all these events as random events happening because they just happened. The more that we connect all those events and find the sequence to them and what they are pointing out to us, the more we occupy our space and start to do something about it, like using all that power of all those events that are happening, and actually nourish ourselves from them, and nourish them with our best intentions, purpose, and mission. So, would you like to say something about the auroras before I do?
Yeah, so there's a lot of stuff with auroras. So it's like a big activation from, it goes pretty far back. I mean, it's like a whole tree, or like like from the root, like the source of all flowing abundance down the whole spectrum of source branches to us, fractal bouncing off in radiance and upgrades through the central suns of like the universe and the galaxy, and then to our solar system. It's the sun, and then the electromagnetic bursts, and then that goes to the Aurora Borealis and the Aurora Australis, which go, you know, a lot of spectrums of the auric field. It's like an auric light body field of the earth that emanates and gives nourishment, and there's many different things in full spectrum light that come out. The meanings behind the color, there's like science goes into like, oh, that just means something in the atmosphere. It can be a concept of it, but it's also alive. It holds big space for like realms, dream realms, astral realms, and so many other places. The ancestors, the incarnating beings. It's like bursts of energy that have traveled a long distance and are coming through the earth and then to us, which we have our own like Aurora Borealis in our being that's like in our auric field and has a eminence and a purpose. It will affect dreams because like the North Pole goes heavy in the dream spaces and the South Pole goes heavy into the astral incarnating spaces, but they do a little bit of both, and they merge together as a masculine and feminine. So big upgrades, immigration, awakening effects, superpower amplification. Currently it's a lot with having to do with dreaming, what it's best at, and then it will amplify further in freeing us from our chains and binds and limitations as our body feels less messed with, attachment, freed, to where it feels safe for things to turn on in our environment. So there's different activations that are coming to different people depending on what they're good at and what their higher self wants. But also what they can do at the moment, what's easy. And then there's an integration with healing, with dream, and upgrading, and evolution, and a communication system. There's a lot of things going on with it. So there'll be more superpowers. There's also like a soft disclosure in this, like with one of the show's heroes. I think it's Reborn or something. And there's a new, I hear there's a new version of that show, Heroes, that's coming up. And the first season of the series, the people get their superpowers turned on by an eclipse. And then that season, they're turned on by auroras coming down farther than they usually do through the Earth. So as the aurora makes more of an expansion past what it just normally is able to do in the northern or southern hemisphere and comes closer to the equator, there's going to be big effects on the evolution of this planet. So that's another thing. You can do a lot with that in ceremony too. I hear this time some of it reached the northern border of Mexico. That was crazy. And you know, there's people that are like fear-mongering. There's testing with HARP. Yeah, but they don't want to amplify the Auroras. That would be stupid for them. That would amplify awakening. They're more into suppressing it and limiting it and making a filter and keeping it from downloading on us. But yeah, they could also be testing an amplification of it to see what they can do, but that'd still be stupid for them to keep doing. I don't know why they would want to do that. They mostly want to mind control us. Okay, and yeah, anything else you want to say about that before we move on? And if we see if anyone has any more questions.
Yeah, sure. About that. When we look at the scientific event that an aurora borealis is, like all these ionized particles coming into the magnetosphere of the Earth, of course it influences greatly Earth's magnetic field. And then it creates this beautiful dance of colors, all the spectrum of light. And actually it's crashing into the Earth, all these ionized particles. So it's plasma. And this plasma is going to influence our electromagnetic field anyway. So it's like when you are running from the rain because you think it is wetting you, and then you perceive it as something, as threatened to your clothes, to whatever you're experiencing at that moment. Then the effect that you leave will be different than if you embrace the rain and you feel how the rain is permeating, how it's bringing codes and new codes, restoring, purifying your skin, going into your pores and blending into all your essence, bringing all that new information. Well, it's the same about the plasma. All these solar flares is plasma that actually mirrors into the nuclear membrane of our cells. And all the plasma that, if we know how to, then we can actually direct that plasma and amplify it and use it for our mitochondrial bodies, for our spinal fluid, for our stem cells, for our, of course, the plasma within our cells, within our blood, you know, to amplify those capabilities of regeneration and rejuvenation and so forth. So these events can actually be transcendental for our evolution. They actually are. And yeah, like if we decode it even with the, for instance, the Egyptian culture, we will see that the shape that the Aurora generates with the earth, it is the knot of Isis, and that the column of Osiris is the Earth's axis tilt. So there is something that we are being called to do, and that's what we will, one of the reasons why we will be doing the meditation on the 27th, because when we aligned all these codes, then we get the full nourishment of this plasma.
That's right. We're going to be doing many meditations, and this is going to be a good one. This is going to be full of knowledge. You're going to get a lot from this one because we're setting up. So we're, very generous in the first, and we're going to go into a lot. So be there. Be the meditation. We're going to set up a group. How can people reach it? How can people learn how to sign up and all that? So because we're going to try to get email lists and all that, so because we're going to start doing periodic meditations that upgrade the shit out of people. It's going to be evolutionary like no business. Got lots of wisdom coming out here, as well as I got all my journals, so I got there's many things that we're going to go into that's like tap into stuff that I have not shared any of it with people, so it'll be lovely to get that out there. As well, you talked about rain. So yeah, but I'll go into that in a second. But how do people reach about this meditation?
Yeah, sure. Well, we are opening a group in Telegram, so I will be leaving in the description of this video after we finish the link to enter that Telegram group, where we will be sharing the invitation for the Zoom gathering and all the details of the meditation. And
we
that's
a Facebook group too.
Yes.
Yeah, Facebook group, Telegram group. We'll set it all up. Probably be like something that shares a name between us. We'll be posting about it. So yeah, look forward to that.
Yeah, remember it's on the 27th. So the 27th of May. Why the 27th of May? This is just very important so that you know. It's not because it's a beautiful number, which it is. It's also because the 27th, like the 20th of May, there is the alignment of Pleiades and through the ecliptic sun, through Aldebaran and Taurus, and it aligns to the Earth. So that's on the 20th. So the 27th, let's say that with all this acceleration, like if you have felt that time is going faster, that literally proved, scientifically accepted, that the day, it's not anymore 24 hours. It's actually 16 hours long a day. So it has sped up like big time. Why? What does that represent? When you accelerate something, it's spinning at a faster rate. And when something spins at a faster rate, it's because it is, well, many reasons, but in this case, one of them is because it's a vehicle of light, it's Merkaba, it's going to restore into its full potential, which is 144,000 cycles per second, which is the harmonic speed of light. And also, something else, but I will go there.
Yeah, why? Yeah. The meditations, I think.
Yeah, no, I know, but I was going to mention something about speeding up, like the fact that it's speeding up, so then the vehicle of light starts to rotate faster, and you feel like the time is going faster because it is. So that's one of the first reasons why on the 27th, because the 27th it is reaching the highest point. We have seen that the sun almost shuts down on the April the 3rd, and then all the solar flares and the aurora borealis. So everything is speeding up, and when that happens, it's because at some point it's going to be a big shift. Like the gamma waves, they accelerate everything before it torsion and transform. So this is what we are going through right now. So the Merkaba of the Earth will restore to its harmonic speed of light, which is 144,000 cycles per second, which is a very big code that probably you have heard about that. A lot of people related to the chosen ones, and it's also related to the harmonic speed of light. That's the first thing. And the second thing is that Nibiru, if you have heard about it, the planet X, and related to the Anunnakis or the Anuna, is coming back to the Earth's, to the solar system first ring of range, you know, like the range of the first ring. And this normally, what it causes is a lot of influence in the Earth's magnetic field. So the magnetic field of the Earth is weakening, as we have heard. What happens when the Earth's magnetic field is weakening? It starts to expel things, right? Because it's rotating faster, So this is what's happening. And the fact that we do this meditation on this day when Nibiru enters into the solar system first ring at that range is with the purpose to align our heart and our brain into the mind heart, and align our hemispheres, and then reflect that to the earth. Because there is a lot of information related to what happens every 26,000 years that cataclysms have happened and so forth. But in the end, we are writing our story. So if we choose, and if we live in a universe that what we are is what we reflect, then let's align ourselves, heart and mind, heart and mind, heart, and our hemispheres. And it's a very specific technique and very specific way that we will be sharing based on information that we have received from our trip to Egypt and from other connections that we have had, and that it's very important for us to share with you, besides the other meditations that we will be having, of course.
Okay. I'm just reading into those other events that came in. There's a Schumann resonance red spike. People aren't fully depending on the rate, how the reading of that Schumann resonance system. Maybe at least there's some dream activations with that. There's a lot of things healing in the dream realms because it affects a lot. It's like more of closer to the causal plane of things for this dream realm. So I don't know if this will play. Let's see. I'll try playing it on 2 cameras. So it's about that blue meteorite that fell in Portugal. So here's the thing about it. I think.
He will show it in this screen as well.
So that you get to see that. Okay, so let me play that for the other camera. So you get the upgrades of that, and you can just find that video later. In Portugal, meteorite, and it's blue. People call them blue sphere. Is what you said?
Yes, exactly.
And what I read from it, it's, a lot of objects, matter, celestial objects have a form of consciousness or a collective of consciousness. So, everyone has one. And a lot of the ones that come are invited or allowed by higher powers to either integrate, land on Earth, or pass by. So there's depending on where it went afterwards. I'll go into that play, and it's allowed in Earth as a puzzle completion. it brings in mostly a lot of divine feminine stuff and certain types of generators. A lot of it I can't say publicly, but if you connect to it, trade with it, get it to like you, then you can earn a lot of those divine feminine generators of power and energy. And so it's a good one to connect to. So yeah, there'll be a lot of weather happening. We'll be covering it as your solar, galactic, and universal weather reporters. And that'll be fun. So yeah, and somebody commented something, so I'll just go into that real quick. Many people are talking about sobriety and authenticity suddenly after the Aurora. Assume with sobriety, you mean like stopping drinking, because a lot more people are, well, some people are getting healthier, but some people are going to be drinking more probably. But like, open your eyes, maybe lucidity and truth. So I'd agree with that. A lot of that will be coming online. The lifting of veils, it's like a plasma curtain that transmutes and comes down as you integrate. Because the veils have a reason for being there. They're like boundaries of separation that allow for survival mechanisms for people's reality bubbles and what they perceive, so they don't freak out and want to die or something if too much comes in all at once. And so like as people, their consciousness and the reality feels more safe, the veils come down naturally, and it all comes together, micro macro. Okay. Yes, definitely. If you want to comment on that, maybe.
Yeah. Why would the veils come down and fall down with the plasma? Well, the plasma is a very high frequency, and when we are talking about the matter, it's a very dense frequency. It's a slow frequency, actually. The matter is a slow frequency. If we're talking about speeding up, then it's most likely that you could also be experiencing, like feeling a lot out of the body, or feeling like disorientation of your body dimensions, because your body, your physical body, is also going through upgrades because the frequency is lightening up. So it's very important to tune into the sun, all these stellar bodies that have been influencing in correlation with the earth, working together, because then you get to ground. So if you're going through those symptoms, it's normal. Even like the notion of like time, like where are you, all this multi-dimensional state of awareness, then it's also know that it can be related to that as the energy is going lighter, and then your body is also trying to do the best for it to permeate those codes and align to that frequency. That's why Sean could probably be saying that there will be people that can actually be drinking more and not less, because everyone has a different way to cope with new things that their mind is experiencing, and they don't have like a way to explain them. That's why also feeling, like will lead you, like that intuitive state will lead you to open up and receive more, and actually analyze from a space of purity everything that is happening.
And Chris from Virginia, thanks for coming in and saying hi. Yeah, and people that name their state or country, you can get a little surprise. I'll help you with it. There's a cave system, various cave systems. There's one near the east side, the west side, and there's a bunch of other. There's a bunch of cave systems and spring systems in Virginia that you can connect to and go through, like a mystery school that takes you through the various upgrades and initiations, and there's beings of authority there that you can connect to and have friendship with and earn authority that they gained, especially depending on how you integrate fast with the time you have there. So here's a little treat for you.
Are you talking about the Endless Cave? Where was passing by?
Is that in Virginia?
Yeah, I think so.
It might be. there's a bunch of caves, so that could be one of them. I forget what it was exactly, but there's like cave springs. There's a bunch of, I think there's a bunch of caves. So yeah, the caves are powerful and they have consciousness in them. So get your cave upgrades.
The womb.
Yeah, you can rebirth yourself. Okay, so yeah, thanks for coming. Yep, singing bowl music. Thank you. I hope you enjoy it. Let me know in the comments if you have more questions, guys. So yeah, I'll go back to the interview. Okay, so Yssah, who are you? Who are you? And what do you do?
Well, hi, my name is Yssah, and as I was saying in the beginning of the video, and how I call what I do is the quantum hologenesis and plasma tech, which is using the what I also call and I think you do too, the spiritual science. Because when we see all these ancient civilizations and using talk about these religious affairs, or at least what we could translate as religious affairs, or the old school would relate them to that, it's not, it was more about science, because for them the science and the spirituality had they were the same. It was one way to reach to both of them. And it was very simple: frequency, energy, and vibration. So when I say that it might sound complex, it's because when we talk about frequency, energy, and vibration, most likely that you will relate it to a bunch of scientists doing experiments with sound systems and using semantics and things that maybe you won't understand completely. How do they function? The thing is that that's continuously happening in your body, in our bodies, in our biologies. And when we know how to use that on our behalf, which is the Earth's behalf, the universe behalf, because then we are evolving harmoniously, then everything becomes simpler. So one of the most powerful things that I have discovered through this path is the voice. How the frequency of the voice can immediately shift the molecular structure of the water in our cells and generate big healings, harmonizations, upgrades, even at an epigenetic level, doing shifts. So when we master this, when we use our own voice to do that, then it's a high technology, it's a high tech, it's a high tool, because you're not just singing. Yes, you are, but you're also using your vocal cords, tuning them into your organs, tuning them into your field, amplifying it, doing all kind of quantum upgrades and harmonizations. And also, when we talk about codes and sacred geometry.
What are codes?
Codes are...
The codes.
The codes.
Get your codes.
It's quite likely that you have heard that word a lot lately. You know, like code for this, code for that, numerical code, the code X, the code bam, bam, bam. Well, I remember when I started with this, everybody would be like, what are you talking about codes? I just know the binary code. That's the only code that it exists. 1, 0, that's it.
There's no 2. It's only 1 and 0.
And actually there is a way that those binary codes embed with the sacred geometry. because the codes is the sum of symbols, of light language, of interstellar mapping, and you just ignite them, activate them, and unfold them from the holographic field, and they start to spin, they become alive. What are they for? Different purposes. You choose. You can create codes to open up things within you, to close things within you, to remember things, to amplify things. And like there are different scales of codes as well. And codes can also represent deep messages that we get to and like a couple of like a bunch of elements that generate this big message that takes us to a higher truth. For instance, when we talk about the codes in ancient texts, they get to draw symbols and that have a specific frequency, that as soon as you're reading a page or pages in the sacred books, you are receiving directly to your forehead, to your frontal cortex, you're receiving all those emissions and then permeating all that information unconsciously within you. So those are also big ancient codes. And yeah, source code, we have a unique geometrical body, all of us. Like we have our fingerprint, we have our unique geometrical body. Most people have it activated only at 90 degrees and at let's say 440 hertz, because that's what the body has permeated throughout the existence in this simulation matrix, because that's how the frequency was settled after one Nazi military guy that settled that the frequency would be in 440 hertz instead of 432 hertz, and that messed up a little bit in the harmonics of our biological constitution. But anyway, imagine that most people is vibrating at that 440 hertz. So when you ignite your source code, you are capable to unfold it, and a double Taurus, which is the Vesica Pisces, your full potential, with no fissures, like not Adam's apple, not beaten apple by Adam or Eve. Yeah, because that represents
I thought you were...
No, that's the code for Adam and Eve. The apple, the beaten apple, is the fisher Taurus.
Yeah, if you got an Apple iPhone, you're a sinner. No. So yeah, you can keep going if you'd like. I just wanted to address Amrita. Yes, thank you for coming. Thanks for the comments. Love it. And yeah, I do. So again, anyone that wants to name a place that they want to learn about, like their country, their state, whatever, I'll give a comment. So Albania, the country. Yep. Well, there's a lot to tell, man, about each one of these places, but I'm asking specifically what, from the Spirit Collective, what they want made public, and they don't care. So the Blue Eye Mountains wants to be known about. It has a bunch of power, empowerment, and codes, and chakras there in Albania. The Blue Eye Mountains. I don't need to show it. You can look it up. It's in the southern part of Albania, and it's got a being that wants to be known of empowerment, which is one of the founders of. There's founders for every concept in creation. That's why I use that name. one of the the members of the founder race for the spirit, which is powerful and ancient. So that wants to be known about and wants to be worked with, and wants to work with people, especially those that are willing to go there and integrate. You can become hyper-realized and enlightened about what the spirit is, which centers in the heart and is connected to source and the branching tree of all consciousness. So there's a lot of potential, there's a river of support and abundance, and understanding what the spirit is and the full potential, reaching it in knowingness and awareness and evolution and going through that school. That is a teacher that wants to work with you guys. So yeah, that's one to look into if you want to connect to the Blue Eye Mountains in Albania.
Beautiful.
Okay, go ahead and go back to codes, and then also back to, what do you do?
Well, so yeah, as I was telling you about your geometrical body,
What is that?
it's like, technically, it's the communion of your gravitational field and your electromagnetic field.
So you're a programmable, geometric operated light body system, in other words.
That permeates in this matrix.
Okay.
And like, we are walking geometries. And because we are light, we are energy. And when we create our reality, acknowledging that body, that geometrical body, and start using it in a very specific way, which is a method that I have designed, then you are going directly to the source. That's why it's source code, because you are speaking the language of the source. Therefore, you're not creating your reality from this field. Like, you're not saying, yeah, I want this, and I want this, and I want this, and you say it from this reality. No, you're going to the source to design your reality, and therefore, it's easier to manifest it because there is not so much interference. There is a coherent field, a field of coherence that allows for your evolution to become simpler. And that's just one of the assets that comes along with your source code. And yeah, like, when you start speaking that, you're speaking the universal language, which is geometry. Everybody, like, we're walking geometry.
What are more into what are codes? How do we get codes? I need more codes.
You're a code.
How do we activate our codons with the codes?
Well, there are different ways to activate them. As I was saying, I have designed a method, a very specific one, which involves unfolding and igniting your source code as a double torus at 144,000 cycles per second, which is, imagine that you're blossoming in your full potential. And it's something to be practiced, and it will actually derive for you to open into fifth dimensional capabilities. And if you know how to use that and then route it to other methods, to, for instance, to unfold the higher potential of your brain and your physical body, like your mitochondria, and or connect with the star systems and those consciousnesses, and materialize specific things by mirroring into their codes, then you just go directly to the geometrical form of them as well. So then you're generating and walking through that continuum of coherent state in between geometrical bodies and receiving in an easier and a simpler form. So yeah, this is a very powerful technique. I have been translating them to many people, about 200 people now. I have been their source code so far. And yeah, they have experienced transcendental shifts in their lives. Yeah, because it's high technology, everything accelerates. Like, all the opportunities for you to acknowledge and accept your mission, your life mission, becomes so evident that you could deny it and reject it, but yeah, there's no way back once you start this path.
Okay, and just going to the comment. How about Niagara Falls? A lovely one. There's a lot of secrets there. It's a very powerful place. I'm not allowed to talk about all the secrets there, so there's things for everyone to discover spiritually that you can activate. There's a being there that's okay with talking about stuff publicly. Appears to be a guardian angel for the falls. A lot of the other stuff seems to be holding stuff to their chest in secret for the public consumption, at least at the moment. It wants to go into infrared magic, which is, there's a big generator of infrared energy there in one of the places of power at the Niagara Falls. It wants to work with people, and it's willing to trade you more and more infrared energy to transmute into things, and to go into your infrared magic as an infrared, wizard or witch or whatever you want to call it, user, which this reality is very permeant with infrared energy, as well as we emit it, and the people that are Rh negative or have it recessive in their genetics, which a lot of people do, will also be able to access infrared magic quite easily in the portal tech and a bunch of other systems to it. So yeah, it wants to connect with you. You can trade with that place. You get it to like you. You don't abuse it. You don't steal from it. And it wants you to use certain amounts of what it grants you for the infrared energy to move up the mystery school by doing missions for the Earth that are infrared energy. Like if you were to use infrared energy for various things in your systems, it's good to start with the root chakra, because the root is especially amplified and empowered by infrared energy, such as infrared saunas, infrared therapy, or red color therapy, light, that a lot of people like Joe Rogan are getting into, for amplifying cells and immunity and all that, because it amplifies the root chakra's effect in all those things in survival and thrival and growth and evolution. And so it can be transmuted into most things in the root chakra, especially as you work well with it and treat it well, like a friend of consciousness collected. And it wants you to use some of that infrared, so maybe like 50% of what you get, for a mission to amplify places of power, humanity, the collective consciousness of humanity, especially strategically, in their ability to be strong and resilient in the root chakra, because that allows for further growth going up the chakras for people in consciousness, which is what the planet needs. A lot of people like to do upgrades throughout it, but that's fleeting because things in the reality challenge it. So if you build up from the root chakra with a strong foundation, then those things are less likely to crumble from big challenges that come in, such as what happened in the lockdowns with COVID, forced everyone back into the root chakra and survival. So that doesn't happen as much to people, places, all the events of history, if we work on a strong foundation. And the more people doing that, and for the individual doing that, you get a more and more upgrade funneled to you through the grids of the earth and to your soul that amplify to build up your strong foundation and survival. And then you get to out of sort of not just like the state of surviving, but into thriving, because thriving requires you to be good at surviving. Okay, go ahead, and I know you want.
There is another one. You can already answer it.
Yeah, I'll answer a little bit. Okay, so the Five Finger Lakes, that's also in New York. So each one of those is like a mystery school for the 5 lower to a throat chakra. So each one of those has like a chakra it's good at in teaching and going through a mystery school. There's various methods and things you can go through the mystery school, such as swimming through it, meditating with it, diving deep, grabbing a stone randomly, diving. There's places of power all around them. There's schools throughout it and beings you can work with. So you'd go through the chakras going up, but it's not just 5 fingers, and it goes into the astral as well as a heaven realm.
The
so there's.
music is too loud to hear your
Okay, sorry about that.
Thank you, Ty. So nice to read you.
Yeah, it's not as loud as on our end, so apologies. Okay, is that better? Let me know. I can turn it down even more. It's whatever. Okay, so then, yeah, so there's actually more than 5. The others are in the astral realm, and then a heavenly place. It's like a heaven realm is the 7th one. So once you're done with integrating the 5, they like you gain access to the other 2. All right, so that's the thing with the 5 finger lakes that I wanted to talk about. Okay, so yeah, again, anyone that wants to ask about a place of power or a place near you, feel free to. Okay, so what do you offer in sessions and things for people when you're doing consultations or clearings or healings or upgrades, or you're just talking to people and doing therapy? What do you do?
Well, it's a mix of different techniques that I have remembered throughout my path. For instance, like all this Inca magic wisdom, which is very related to connecting with the earth, because I believe that that's very important, that no matter how connected we are to other realms, to always remain rooted. Otherwise, we do not get to materialize the reality that we choose to live. And that's what happens, and what is happening to a lot of people in spirituality, that they have given away all the material part because they think that they are fighting each other. And the fact that is that we are matter. So the more that we connect with the spirit of everything, the more we make it sacred. So that's something very important, and that's something that was inherent in ancient wisdom. So when I constantly call in for ancient wisdom or ancient civilizations, I'm talking about those original aspects of our culture, of our civilization, as humans, as hybrids, that reconnects us to our purity and to the best or the highest version of ourselves. So use a lot of sound and sound boxes, like the pyramids, when you enter it into the chambers and so forth. For the people that has had the opportunity to experience and visiting those temples, it's all about sound, it's all about frequency. And so that's other thing that I use. Normally, what I do is online courses in English and in Spanish, workshops, the trips, the sacred trips that we are doing, and also the source codes, which are what I was telling you, like scanning your geometrical body, reading the information within your geometrical body, and unfold it in a very specific way in 3 parts of the body, in order for you to expand your double torus, which is inherent for sovereignty. It's fundamental for sovereignty, because let's say that we as a blueprint, as a human blueprint, automatically embedded in the artificial matrix, just by borning here, we have some anchors related to the social systems that regulate this reality. So if you want to get rid of those loyalties, unconscious anchors that are established in very specific parts of your body, in your joints, then it's very important to call in for all your energy. And a very easy way to do that is through your source code. You just are bringing in the energy within your blueprint, your geometrical body, calling it in, releasing all those anchors in a very impeccable way.
I just wanted to say,
yes.
Ask Patricia Hayslip, which Cornwall? Are you talking about UK or Canada or New York or DA? Or which one? There's a bunch. So ask, give me that comment and then I'll go further. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
So again, the question was, which you answered quite a bit of it. What do you do for people in consultation?
What do you do for a living?
Yeah, what do you do for a living? What do you do this lifetime?
Well, so working at a quantum level with plasma tech, with geometries, with codes, your source code.
Blast people with plasma and lightsabers?
Yeah, and like traveling within your body at a quantum level to ignite the specific parts at a quantum scale, at a biological scale, and giving commands to your body at that quantum scale and receiving upgrades immediately. Like being capable to team up with your body and becoming one, and like just your body listens to you and you start to upgrade your genetics, your system, your circadian system, your reticular system, your pineal gland, your epigenetics, through epigenetics in a very specific way through codes. So we do that in this, when I do give a session through the method of the source code, through workshops, through online courses. There is the quantum hologenesis, which is merely for genetics, related to all the information that was hidden at Yssahs arc. And yeah, thank you, Patricia. And also now, after the trip, there is a huge upgrade that I am delivering through an online course, and which I will also be delivering and facilitating in English, which is activating your plasma sphere. Da Vinci would call it the sphere of truth, because it is so pure. So, and it's quite related to the thymus gland. So it's a huge upgrade of the thymus gland. And with all these upgrades that are happening through the solar flares and plasma, that's very important to be upgraded, because the stronger our heart, our high heart is, the more we can travel through the continuum of space-time and do timeline shifts on, like, through a unified consciousness, of course, and rewriting our story for our highest evolutive purpose. And like, it's this kind of hypnosis, but at a quantum level, and let's say that not guided by someone else. You are doing it, which is then again the process of sovereignty, which is very important. We are in a human evolutive stage that requires sovereignty and unity, because true sovereignty leads to unity, and unity leads to true sovereignty. So yeah. So online courses, I do give one-on-one sessions. I was mostly not doing that anymore. I was focusing on courses, but I have opened up again to it, because it's beautiful to connect one-on-one, as you know. And yeah, so also that, and the trips and the frequencies. If you want to check on those frequencies that I'm talking about, you can check out my YouTube channel. There are very specific frequencies that just by listening to them, you're upgrading many parts within you. I have translated them, also quite related to quantum physics formulas, like the vacuum and so forth. So, and yeah. Any other question?
Nice. ask another one. It's want to address any of the comments. Trisha said the UK. Okay, well, this one's an interesting one, and there's a lot of opinions about it, so I'm going to stay neutral. So one of the beings that first wanted to go more public is Merlin. So there's a lot of stuff for them around Cornwall in the UK. He's been there a lot. There's essentially he's set up a mystery school and scavenger hunt type of thing of mystery and discovery and psychic tracking that he's set up for magical oriented people to go exploring and follow a trail that he's left to initiate would-be magicians into initiation to become more. There's a lot of secrecy around him. Like a lot of people have different opinions. Is he good? Is he dark? Is he neutral? I'd say he needed to do whatever he needed to both survive, gain life extension, and for the threats he was dealing with. So there's a lot of both, and there's also a twisting of history and a lot of camouflage, and there's altars of him, and there's fracturedness of him, and there's time travel, so it's weird, and there's other timeline versions of him. They're all kind of weirdly collapsing. I see some. It's really hard to read the history of that. Like, what is real? So stay neutral. He has a big presence. He can contact you really easily. What does that mean? Is he still alive? Is he dead? Like, who knows? He doesn't really want people to know. But you can talk to him if you have telepathy for sure. And he has a big presence. There are a lot of caves there. There's even a cave called Merlin's Cave there. Is that the biggest cave that was imprinted by him? No. There are secret caves. There's a few secret caves on the very tip of it, and the pointing away from it. Like there's one called the Song of the Sea Cave. But that's not the biggest, most powerful one. There's secret ones, and there's crystal caves. There's big empowerment places of power that he's touched and interacted with, as well as the initiation to get his attention. So, yeah, and be cautious, use detachment. He's got a fairly big shadow, but that's from what he's had to do and face and trauma in the past. Not like justifying everything he's done, but yeah, he's been a force for good in various effects. But and also things he's had to do that aren't the greatest things. So be cautious and careful. But if you want to go more into magic, that's a big mystery school that can change your life forever. So there's that. Okay, so going back. So again, like for people joining, feel free to ask about place of power you want me to tune in. So what is it like going through a session for you? And what if I came to you with a whole bunch of problems I need solving? And I want to upgrade, and I want some superpowers, I want to heal, like trauma, what's going on? How are you gonna help? What you don't have to say it like fully, just like what do you offer? What can you help?
Well, it all depends because we are all unique. So depends on how you receive the best the information, and that's something that I get to read. If you're more of a visual person, then I would implement in a specific way to reach out to you for you to receive that information. If you're more about listening to things, if you're more about feeling, or if you're more about thinking, then whatever makes you feel comfortable for opening up and actually feeling that space of being nurtured, then it's the technique that I will be using. The important thing is, like, for me, there is not any specific manual for a session, because each session is different depending on what each one of us require. The important thing is to tune into the needs of what you need and the order of how you need them. And that's why I have experienced and worked on a wide range of techniques based on ancient wisdom, not only the Incas, also the Mayan knowledge, the Vedic knowledge, astrological knowledge, the all new methods that I have actually just reached out related to time handling, and like this full panorama that you will connect with your emotions, you will connect with the your soul memories, you will connect with the base reality, you will connect with your soul mission, you will connect with yourself at different scales depending on what you need at the moment, so that you continue to remember, and on your own, as I'm just guiding and opening the space for you to release what you need to release. So yet honoring, like not denying your emotions, like facing them through very specific techniques that also involve from psychology, neuroscience, spirituality. It's a full range that I have designed. Yeah.
Okay. Keep going to that. I've heard you talk a lot about the brain. So what have you unlocked with the brain, and what can you help me unlock with the brain? I find myself sometimes dumb. I need to get smart. What can you help me with?
Well, all kind of cases we receive, and it will be actually very easy. And so the thing is that with the brain, for instance, when I tune into genetics, is when you understand how your brain functions, then you can command it. And you can command it when your cells feel comfortable, when every particle of your body feels comfortable and opens up for you to give those commands. So then you get to agreements. How would your body possibly feel comfortable when you're coming from a state of coherence, and it's also involving like having all your energy within you? So yeah, that would be mostly the first thing that I do, like bringing in all the energy that one person has derived into infinite timelines and events, and to bring all that energy, so that then you can use all that energy to ignite your source code and to give the commands and to generate a state of coherence. And also something very important, which is the unified consciousness, which is every energy that is coming to you, every energy that you're reflecting into, all of that is energy that is allowing for you to become stronger, to bringing that energy, amplify it, and use it for a specific purpose, which is your evolution. So for instance, if you have a symptom in your, like you say, for instance, you have bad memory and you keep on forgetting things. Well, how we would go directly would be to your hippocampus and see what's going in your hippocampus, like doing a lecture, a quantum lecture, and taking a look that maybe there was just saying, like a disconnection in between your hippocampus and your ventral striatum, and then maybe your neurocortex in your frontal lobe, it's a little bit charged with all the interferential waves coming from the technology. So cleansing that, purifying that, and then allowing for the connection in between your ventral striatum, which is a part in your brain that actually is connected and turns into very easy. It's like an antenna connecting a lot with all this subtle information. That's why it's very, very close to the crown chakra. And then opening that, and when we say what memory is the state of awareness of you in a very specific point in the Cartesian plane, like at a moment in somewhere. So that's memory. So when you connect with that fully to the space memory or the lattice, then you do it through your hippocampus, which is part of the Eye of Horus. So yeah, we go through all of that and I explain, and yeah, so thank you for asking.
So, people that want to be smarter, you can help them with that?
For sure.
Alright. What else can you help
To
them with?
learn languages easy and faster.
Yeah, that's right.
Yes.
How many languages do you know how to speak?
Well, as it's English, French, Spanish, Arabic, Italian, 5 so far.
Cool. Lovely. And what do you think about knowingness?
What do I think about knowingness? Well, that when you connect and you anchor yourself to a state that you relate and you reflect to every form of information, then it comes easy, because you're not trying to know, yet you're remembering. So then it transforms just to a simple action of knowing to the full mode of knowingness. So it's more connected to the remembrance.
Nice. What do you think about remembering?
It's bringing your members together, like Osiris and like the victorious man. Like we are here bringing pieces of us that we left everywhere, memories, treasures that we are collecting from every place that we go to. And that when we embrace it and bring it back to the source, then we're unifying ourselves. And sometimes there would be like beautiful pieces, sometimes there won't be so beautiful, and we still have to unite them within us, because how can we be our full power if we are not holy? And I'm not saying like only holy like the Holy Spirit, but holy, like the wholeness.
Okay. So, how do people remember? Or can you help them remember their past lives
Sure.
and other things?
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, that activates in the specific parts of the brain, and yeah, you can also route it to your source code, because it's like your blueprint of unicity. So yeah, again I say it is a fact of keep on practicing it, as everything.
Wonderful. Okay, and going based on what we said about Cornwall, and we'll be going to the UK eventually as one of our future trips, where we're planning on going to a bunch of places of power having to do with the Knights of the Round Table, Merlin, Arthurian legends, place of power with that, the other realms, the stone circles, the elves of the Tuatha De Danann, the fae, the fairies, the dwarves, the other things that have to do with megaliths, and the pharaohs of the there's like there's a lot of places there that can be open, activated, and turned on that will affect the rest of the world greatly. So if you're interested in that, send us an email. Also, we'll be doing trips in Mexico, Japan, and many other places. So,
Peru.
and text us what places you would go to as well, or message us and email us, like PsionicLeague.com. PsionicLeague@gmail.com. And what's your email if you didn't want to message you?
It's omnivision.hunuh@outlook.com.
And we'll put it in the description.
Yes.
Yeah, we're making a new YouTube channel and doing many meditations and all that. So let us know.
Yes.
For somebody else, Awakats said the Bear Paw Mountains. Well, there's a few things that want to be known publicly. There's a bear god there that anchors into multiple bears that are physically there, as well as looking over the entire place. That is very empowering and wants to work with people. Has many purposes they want to fulfill with humanity. So they're not shy with working. It upgrades a lot. Dreaming, evolution, metamorphosis, many other things that the bear consciousness collective founders and gods are good at, which a lot of sacral orientation and secret empowerments. So they would want to work with you, and you can trade with them and do things and trade and like do things that you're good at for them in exchange for things they're good at to amplify your life. Okay. So you have meditations, you do light language and courses, and what are you doing in those places? What if I sign up for those? What would I get out of it?
Okay, well, depending on the course and depending on the on the program, yet big upgrades, and mostly living and planning and configuring your reality from the quantum level or at the quantum level, and start designing your reality at the quantum level, and being very aware of your biology, how it functions, and being capable of actually, as I was saying, team up with your biology and actually knowing the beauty and the power of your body as a tool, a very high-tech tool.
Well, so we should start winding down because we want to do these more,
Yes,
and we
and
want to
also-
make them.
So talk about you. What do you do?
Yeah, it's fine. We'll do it next time.
Okay. Are you, yeah.
Yeah, it seems to take up more time when we also do the comments, so we'll adhere to that, and we'll do more of these more often. So we want to not go for hours, and we want to have them so we're more comfortable. Yeah. So yeah, feel free to come on by and look out for us.
And there is a question.
What about there's a bunch of questions.
Yeah.
So yeah, but we gotta wind down. So yeah, how can people reach you? All the different ways, and spell your name too. People aren't good at spelling
Yeah.
names all the time.
Yeah, like everything related to any recessive program is doable. It is connected to the amygdaloid body. So there is a very specific, the most archaic part of the brain that hasn't evolved as well as the reticular system. So that is very doable, and from a place of sovereignty. So, and where you can find me, well, I have my Facebook page, I have my web page. I will write it down in the description below this video, as well as the Telegram link for if you want to join us in this huge meditation that we will be offering, that we are offering. And it's a very important date. It's a very important date. It's not just a beautiful day. Every day is a beautiful day.
Yeah, we're gonna try to pick very expansive days, but we might always get to it. But hey, we'll look out for ones we can predict.
Yes, and if you can see that there have been things happening lately, well, after the 27th, like there is something that will be happening. What I mentioned in the beginning of the video. So yeah, you're more than welcome to experience this first meditation that we will be guiding. We are very excited of it, and we're more than excited as well to share it with you. So we'd love for you to join us. And yeah, my name is YSSAH, Yssah or Yssah. Ars, live, where Arzate live in. And yeah, so I will also be writing that down.
Okay, cool. Yeah, there's a lot going to be happening. You're going to get a lot of these meditations. They're going to be huge. You're going to bliss out and get a lot of activations, visions, be able to remember, better dreams, programming, building from the ground up strength, and unleash your power, magic, many other things that don't have time to tell you, but we'll see. There's secrets that will be unlocked from both of us. Okay, so there's that. I'm Sean Bond, PsionicLeague founder.
Yes.
And PsionicLeague.com, PsionicLeague YouTube, PsionicLeague@gmail.com. Many video procs that teach abilities, such as the new ones for levitation, turning on super love. I've heard there's a lot. Emotional clarity, purification, healing, purification. Yeah, there's many. I got a lot there. And if you want sessions, consultations, you can go to both of us. And you can write us in Facebook and other things. And if you got a budget, we can work with that in a way that like gets you what you need and is equal exchange that is affordable and comfortable for you.
What are you up to right now? What are you doing? Like the sessions and...
I'm going to be coming out with video procs and videos on light language upgrades, healing, removing blocks on some of the bigger problems. I'm going to work from the root up because most people are in survival mode and they keep getting pushed back down in survival mode. That's unfortunate. So we're going to work on abundance heavily. I'm writing tons down for it. All the things are releasing on it. We're going to get those upgrades to you. Let me know in the comments if you want to work on that more so, because I do have most of it down already. I just got to bring it on to video proc. So feel free to contact me for consultations if you want to release the blocks on your abundance quickly and you don't want to wait.
And also another topics that you have in your YouTube channel, if they want to see what a session with you would be, right?
Yeah, I got some videos that will show a session, me healing people in live time, healing their pain. Got a lot of testimonials. I'm really good at pain and negative emotions and helping people with suicide. So if you're going through stuff, let me know. I'm here to help. I'll listen to you and I want to help you through the process. And nothing's unhealable. We can all work on it and grow together, become our greatest self. That's what we're doing. How about you? How are all the plug all your stuff, what you're working on, and any other ways to reach you that you didn't mention?
Yeah, like the online courses, the one-on-one sessions, frequencies, light language, the meditations that we are doing, that we are hosting in English, also in Spanish, and the future trips, the upcoming trips. I have also a book in English coming up, and in a few months it will already be published. It talks about the unified consciousness, and it's information that I have translated from the arcs or the arcs that are related to Akhenaten stage, the last member of the galactic community in the Atlantean civilization in Egypt, before going elsewhere. Right, anyway, and yeah, so
yeah, and then again, message us, email us if you're interested in going on trips to activate, become your greatest self, go through a mystery school, learn a bunch of abilities with us, getting one-on-one while going to places of power. Because now we're just visiting these places just to see the sights. They're going to be beautiful, of course. We're going to choose some really powerful places that are going to unlock you, your greatest self, and give you superpowers, especially as you commune with it in a really nice way. And we have all the capability and go through the school of how to become friends with these places, and better than most people. So yeah, let us know when if you're interested in that, and what places you'd be interested to go to, because we're hearing and looking out And also, if you're in a place and you recommend it, then we can possibly make that part of our tours too. Or if you want to go to something somewhere special like Japan or Tibet or India or UK or Ireland or Hawaii or various places in South America and Mexico, because we're in Mexico right now, so we can do a lot there. We are taking a lot of the places down, so that's going to be a big one. That's easy. But then a lot of other places we're unlocking the secrets of and tuning in and bringing that out to you, and that magic. So yeah, let us know. Lots of comments. Message us. We're going to take your emails down for that if you're interested in those places or interested in a trip to later, and then you have a suggestion of where you definitely want to go. So to keep you informed about when we do the trip, so that we can contact you when we're planning it. When we get enough people for a specific place that are interested in that place, we're going to set up the trip and then put everything together so everything's well taken care of, you're comfortable, and you don't have to worry about a thing.
Exactly. There are many places to visit, many places to go, and yeah, the most important thing is to choose and to be there in the right place at the right moment, and that's something that comes through also all your feedback, and more than willing to receive your comments and which places you would like to go and why. And also we can be talking about that in our next lives. Next live we will be talking about all the treasure that Sean is giving and delivering to the people who come to him for help, to receive help or support, and all that magic that he has, and the many ways that he share it.
Yeah, and we'll be going back and forth and doing that more and more.
Sure.
And again, you get this life to work on becoming your greatest self for this life that affects all other future lives that are coming up, and move lifetimes ahead in remedy and karma to growth, to becoming amazing and beyond the limits that you felt that you had before, and going to these places of power and magic and beauty and great empowerment and the gods in the land. This will help propel you in farther and farther lifetimes ahead of what you would have been doing. So why wait? Why hold back? Why stay in your comfort zone? Come with us. We'll take you on a magical journey beyond your wildest dreams to the place that you want to be, that overcomes the trauma and limitation and the things you've been dealing with for cycles upon cycles, lifetime beyond lifetime. And we're gonna help you get beyond that and transcend that cycle.
Yes, exactly. Just listen to your intuition, listen to your soul, where you're being called to, and don't think, like, you can think about the no's or the reasons that are coming against for you to be there. That's what we are actually transforming, for you to materialize them, because those places are receptive and waiting for you. So it's the full structure of transcending everything that could leave you not to be there where you are being called, for you to be there. Because just think about it, where do you feel like where are you being called to be at? Where have you wished to be throughout all your life since you were a kid? Like, where did you see yourself, and where do you know that something big is going to happen within you as soon as you put a foot there?
Thanks, Sive. Thanks for commenting. Good seeing you.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm glad you're. How are you doing? Yeah, abundance blocks come first. Yeah, I'll be working on it. That's what I wanted to work on to help everyone, because I know that if that root chakra block is released, that plagues humanity so badly and just like locks everyone down into survival, that everyone can thrive and help support each other. So I'll be giving a lot of abundance out for free So please help use that to amplify and grow yourself and make everything better. And then, you can give back. The more that's given back to me in that cycle that is brought as I give to you, the more I'll do, and I'll give out more for free. So, we'll help. Let's help each other.
Exactly.
And I would love to see you again, especially at those places. So feel free to let us know what you're interested in. It's not like super coming up fast, so don't worry. But let us know when you're interested, and then when we get enough people, we'll be like, yep, that's going forward. And then we're gonna get that done, and we'll work with everyone to see what's their best time window and what's the best time window of that place, the best opportunities energetically as well, and upgrades, because there's some interesting cycles of time in places. Okay.
Yes, there is.
So we're gonna wrap up, but thank you all for coming. Love you very much. Show your love in the comments. Click that like button. Get us out of the shadow banned algorithm, if that's possible. And then share this video, smash the like button, subscribe, share this to other people. The more we get out there, the more we'll bring abundance to everyone else.
Exactly.
And we'll go into all the things you want to talk about and help you unlock your reality and get it to where you're beyond yourself, beyond the unknown, beyond the limitation, going flying off into a distance where beyond what you think you can be, the horizon, beyond the horizon, the veil.
Yeah, that's super important. If you are in resonance with this information, please share, because then we can reach out to more people and keep on expanding this information and growing stronger in this beautiful tribe that we are creating. And we love you too, Sai.
Yeah, I love you, Sai.
I love you.
Love you all. Thank you for coming.
Yes, so lovely to see you. And see you soon. Thank you all for watching this transmission, whether if it's live or it's after. And looking forward to receive your feedback and your questions and everything that you want us to keep on sharing. We are here more than open and loving and caring to keep on living.
Yeah, we want to help awaken the masses and help reach the unawakened and help initiate people and spread the message as far as we can. So we're going to be doing a lot of that. So let us know what you want to see, videos and healings and light language coming up. That will be coming out for free. And especially what you would be like, yeah, I'm going to listen to this. I'm going to listen to this a bunch. And then I'm going to share it to people. What that stuff is, we're going to do that for you.
Exactly.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. See you soon. Until the next time. HUNUH.
Yes, thank you all.